Oh, hi there. My name is Caramel the Caribou, and I'll be telling you my story about what happened to the beautiful forest you used to see behind me, and also how I went from being an ordinary caribou to being part caribou, camel, and fish. My story begins on a perfect day in Grand Jardin National Park, which is a part of the Canadian Shield. I haven't gone anywhere else, but I know that we have the most beautiful rivers, forests, and lakes. Oh, and how could I forget? Of course, my favorite delicious tree lichen. Not to brag or anything, but I'm a pretty lucky caribou. Life was pretty great, but one day I heard an awful noise, and at first it just sounded like a woodpecker. But then it got louder and louder, and I didn't know what it was. So I decided to check it out. I followed the sound until I found out where it was coming from. The humans! They had huge contraptions with claw-like things that were cutting down the trees. Why are they doing this? Don't they know that this is our home? After a few days, I realized the effect this would have on the animals in the forest, depriving us of our homes and our food source. Within the next couple of days, my population was being severely affected. Because the lichen we eat grows on the trees that are being cut down, we aren't getting enough to eat. When I thought absolutely nothing would get better, and hoping nothing would get worse, I woke up feeling a little weird one morning. When I looked around, I saw that my back had grown some sort of weird bump that the other animals called camel humps. They said that the camel is a type of animal that lives in Africa, which is apparently really far away. What was really weird is that morning, after eating, I wasn't hungry for 5 days after I ate. 5 days! Can you believe it? What's even more amazing is I haven't had water since. The rest of my herd wasn't as lucky as me, and didn't evolve to have those so-called adaptations. So they were having thoughts about leaving our once beautiful home. I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave my homes because of the humans. So I decided to stay behind from my herd and figure out a way to stop the illegal logging. What was I going to do to stop the loggers? How was I going to stop them? So many questions were running through my mind, and I had no idea what to do. I finally decided to just go up to those humans and stand my ground. But when I got to the metal cutting contraptions, people stood there with signs reading "Save the Forest." There were weird noises, apparently called sirens, and bright flashing lights. The people with the signs had called the police, and the illegal loggers were getting arrested. Yay! But they had already cut down my home. I had barely any food to survive eating just every 5 days, and my herd is gone. What was I going to do? I forgot to think about what I was going to do after the loggers had stopped cutting down most of the forest and destroyed my ecosystem. I need to find something else for food, so when I get hungry every 5 days, I'll have something to eat. Maybe the dirt? No. Or how about the seaweed in the lakes? I decided to try the seaweed. And when I went underwater, it was really weird because I could breathe like a fish. And I stayed under and then grabbed the fish and then came back up. To be honest, the seaweed wasn't that bad. So I fixed my food problem, but the forest is still destroyed, and I don't understand why the humans would do this. Do they not understand the effects this has on the wildlife? What do they think? We're just gonna move when they destroy our forest we call home? Anyway, I didn't think I could ever trust a human again after this. But then I saw some humans planting some trees in the forest. Maybe all the humans aren't so bad after all.